Today we have in the studio with us Dr. Michael Bascombe. He is a vet with a difference. Yes, we're going to hear just what that difference is. Michael, I understand that you are a vet in the main, what we'll call the mainstream system.
True, Mary. I graduated from Murdoch University in Western Australia in 1984, and 2 years later designed and built my own practice, and I grew that up as a business until 2000. In March 2000, and I sold it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had your own veterinary hospital.
Correct.
In
yeah.
those times.
Yeah, it was vets and a whole group of support staff.
Okay. So that was a period of your life when you did that sort of thing. When did you start moving out into other ideas?
I wasn't consciously aware that things were changing within me, even though they were. I knew there was things happening and waking up inside me, but I just thought it was part of me growing my practice and learning how to do that. But I had some major life changes, including divorce and some financial difficulties, which had me searching for answers about what it's all about and how to make things work. And in the middle of that, I started doing some shaman processes with men, and began to realise that I could sense things and see things, and also around this was about 96, 97, going into 98, and about that time too, I began to feel a little bit disheartened with the results I was achieving with Western medicine. I was looking to have animals be well and cured, and there wasn't anything I could do for chronic illness. So I was looking for answers there, and praying a lot, I guess, in my own way, asking for answers and asking these questions. And if I look back on it now, I can say that God, Creator, whoever it was handing me the answers. I didn't know what to do with them for a while. That was the trouble. What I was learning wasn't matching what I was doing. So I had to, I couldn't have a foot in both camps. I had to trust that Spirit was taking me the right way, so I had to sell it all and get it.
Well, that sounds like a really interesting journey.
It was tough at first.
Was it?
It wasn't easy.
I think that's a bit of the way when Spirit taps you on the shoulder, isn't it?
Well, we wriggle and fight and resist, you know. The ego has to sort of feel okay about it all, and sort of jettisoning that overcoat of delusion it's not easy. Yeah.
And Michael, I get that one of the things that's outstanding about you is that you really do communicate with animals. Well, how did this come about?
Yeah, again, I'm asked this question quite often, and I think I was born that way.
Sure.
But I always felt that I was different, and there was something wrong with me because I didn't fit in with the way my father was. I didn't fit in with my family, my sisters. I had a lot of trouble fitting in when I got married, and a lot of trouble fitting in at school. So I just thought, well, the way to do it was just to ignore it and get on with life. My calling, my reason for being here gathered pace in the 90s, and it took over all of those fears and all of those doubts and all of those anxieties, and it just took me by the scruff and dragged me screaming into 2000. Yeah.
But that's so often the case, isn't it, with people who go on in later life to achieve something that's really different, that they have trouble with their life as it was.
Yeah, and the difference is that I'm living more who I really am meant to be.
Yeah.
And that's difficult, and it's isolating at first, and it's a bit solitary at first because there is no reference for that. You can't compare who you are. You just have to accept who you are and your gift. And fortunately for me, when I am communicating with the animals, it's such a beautiful and humbling experience. It's just purely bliss, pure bliss and pure joy. And the heart space, I start off communicating through the heart with the animals. Then they know I'm serious. I'm not interested in whether they like a pink collar or a blue coat, or, you know, they don't like the neighbour or something like that. I want to know deeply internally how they feel about themselves, and is their life, are their requirements in their life being met? And so I'm coming from a quasi-medical viewpoint. It might start off medical, but I want to know in spirit what missings are there for them, so that we can address them and have them feel okay about themselves and their life.
Well, I imagine you've read Caroline Meese or Mace, I'm never sure how to pronounce her book Anatomy of the Spirit, where she says that the spirit must be healed and then the body might be healed. That's what you're doing with animals.
That's what I've come full circle. I've come from a technical, medical, diagnostic, reductionist approach, like for a lameness, find the limb, the part, you know, what is it? And I've gone from that to I've gone from the reverse now. I start at spirit, and it's rare really that I need any medication, because once the spirit's resolved the issues, the physical corrects itself.
Yeah, that's very interesting, isn't it?
Oh, well, it is.
and Michael, when I heard you speak once, I heard you say that you had on at least 2 occasions been called to visit a horse that was sick.
Yes.
And when you got there, you spoke to the horse. The horse said, "Look, it's not me. She's the one who needs fixing," meaning the owner.
Yes, that happens a lot.
Tell us about that.
Well, that was scary for me, because I have been university trained, and I have quite a few diplomas and certificates as well that I've accumulated through my life searching for answers. So I went to a property as a veterinarian who could do Bowen therapy, like a form of massage body work to relieve back pain for this horse. And I got a clear distinction. It was just so clear that this message was coming from the horse that I'm okay. And she wouldn't let me touch her. And she's in beautiful condition. She's a wonderful horse, and just a lovely looking horse, and fit and well. And I couldn't find anything wrong with it, really. And she told me to tell the owner that it was about her. And professionally, I had a lot of trouble with that.
Of course. Were you able to do that?
Well, she forced me to. Sort of. So I said to the horse, "Look, I'm a veterinarian, I'm not a counsellor, I'm not a psychologist, you know, that's not what I do." And the horse said, "Well, she needs to know, the owner needs to know." And so part of this work, trusting, surrendering, and allowing spirit to work, and trusting that. So I just said to the horse, "Well, you better make sure I say the right things, because I don't want to be deregistered. I don't want to be struck off." And the horse said, "Just simply say it's about her. It's about you." I sort of donned my crash helmet and armour and said, "Can I tell you what the horse is saying? I can communicate." And the lady said, yeah. And then I said to her, "The horse is telling me it's about you." She said, "I knew it was me." And she started crying. And I just breathed a sigh of relief. And then the horse took a huge deep breath and relaxed, and all the tension in her body went, and her ears relaxed and her mouth relaxed, and she started chewing and licking. And she was just so happy.
Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah, and that happens over and over now. I find it's very rare that the clients ridge up against